Okay, good afternoon all. Okay, now we'll start our session. In a last, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in the last session, we already discussed related to the entity relationship model, different types of attributes. Those are used for entity relationship model. Gopesh, 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 I will not consider your attendance because session is just started and you drop your attendance and then you sign out from the meeting. So I will not consider your attendance for whole session. Okay, so you can leave meeting, no problem. Don't drop your message or attendance right now. I will instruct all of you. Okay, so in the last session, we discussed entity relationship model along with some types of attributes. So there are 6 types of attributes over there. Okay, so composite attribute, simple attribute, derived attribute, key valued attribute, single value attribute, and then next one the multi-valued attribute. Okay, so after this we started one another point which is related to the entity relationship, which is known as a don't scratch on screen, which is known as a mapping cardinality. Okay, so mapping cardinality is nothing but to suppose in a one database or one architecture there are number of entities and how they are interconnected, that means relationship between among them. Okay, so which is known as a mapping cardinality. Again, mapping cardinality divided or bifurcates into 4 types: one to one mapping cardinality, then next one to many mapping cardinality, many to one mapping cardinality, and many to many mapping cardinality. Okay, so today we will see one by one. I thought there 2 are already completed, but just I will again recall that. So first one, okay, one to one mapping cardinality. Okay, so in that one to one mapping cardinality, one entity from E1 is associated with one entity from E2, and one entity from E2 is associated with one entity from E1. Who is going to scratch on screen? Third, okay. So one-to-one mapping cardinality, one entity from E1 is associated with one entity from E2. Again, one entity from E2 which is associated with one entity from E1, that which is known as a one-to-one mapping. Next to this, one to many, before that, one to one is represented by the arrow. So this R represent a relationship. So relationship with E1, if there is an one entity or one mapping, that means R is associated with one entity from E1. So that's why arrow is here. Again, R relationship is associated with one entity from E2. So again, arrow is there. Okay. So one-to-one mapping or one-to-one mapping cardinality which is maintained with the help of an arrows. Okay, so next one-to-many mapping cardinality. In that one-to-many mapping cardinality, one entity from E1 and number of entities, those are from an E2 relationship. Okay, so that's why from R, for E1 only one entity is there, or one entity which is mapped, so arrow is there. Okay, and relationship R is mapped with number of entities or number of attributes, those are from E2, so there is a no arrow. So no arrow, that means single line represent a many, and arrow which is represent as a one, so one to many. Opposite to this third category which is known as a many to one. So many to one, that means number of entities from E1 associated with one entity from E2, number of entities from E1 is associated with one entity from E2, and one entity from E2 associated with number of entities from E1. That means from E1 number of entities are considered, but from E2 only one entity is considered. Okay, so that's why no arrow is here for relationship with E1, and for relationship with E2 arrow is mentioned. Okay, just we are right now concentrate on definitions. After that I will explain along with the one real time example. Okay, so the next one which is known as a many to many, that means number of entities associated from E1 mapped with number of entities from E2, again number of entities from E2 mapped with the number of entities with E1. Okay, so that's why for both sides there is no arrow. No arrow, that means many entity from E1, many entity from E2 considered. Okay, so this four types of mapping cardinalities, those are considered over there for ER or entity relationship model. Okay, so we'll see the example related to this, or how these mapping cardinality at actual allocated or at actual applied to a particular database. Okay, so suppose same there is some database which is related to the student section. In that student section there are two entities, student and course. As I told, entity which is represented by the square box, right, and relationship which is maintained for mapping cardinality is maintained by the diamond. Okay, and attributes related to a particular entity, attributes related to the particular entity those are maintained with the help of an ellipse. Okay, so suppose in this, if course related to the student, this information stored into the database. Okay, so how one to many relationship is there. Okay, so there are number of courses available. Okay, there are number of courses available, but sometimes among from number of courses, student can enroll only one course. One student can enroll one course. Okay, but here number of courses are available. That means for courses many entities or many attributes are exist. Okay, but for a particular student there is a constraint. One student can select only one course. So one student with one course, that means here one mapping cardinality and here many mapping cardinality. So this is example related to the one to many relationship. I repeat, one to many relationship. In this, suppose there are number of courses, for this students they can enroll, but at the time of an enrollment relationships, as there are number of courses available. Okay, but constraint is what? One student can enroll for a particular one course only. Okay, so there are number of courses are available, that means many courses are available, but one student can acquire one course among from that. So that means for student to enrolled in having an mapping cardinality is one, and from enrolled in student to the course, mapping cardinality is many. Okay, as number of courses are available, but among from that, for particular student, only one course is enrolled. Okay, so one to many mapping cardinality is here. Okay, second example, for same example, suppose there is a constraint, there are number of courses are available, there are number of students are available. Okay, but again, sorry, there are no number of courses are available. One student enrolled one course only. One student enroll one course only, so which is related to the one to one relationship. That means there is only one course is represent and one student from student entity which enroll to a particular one course only. So that means here arrow is maintained as well as here arrow is maintained. So one to one relationship is exist. Remember that depends on the constraint that mapping cardinality may be vary. Okay, so for same example, suppose course enrollment with the student. Okay, for first scenario, I'm considering the constraint. There are number of courses, but one student can acquire only one course. So that's why the here many and then one. That means one to many relationship is exist. For second scenario, I'm considering the scenario or constraint. One student acquire only one course, which is already present. That means one course present and that course again associated with one student, so one to one relationship is exist. Okay, so these two examples. Again next one, many to one. Okay, many to one. For this scenario, there is only one course, there is only one course, but number of students, those can register for single course, those can register for that single course. So here many to one relationship is exist. Okay, so course is there, only one course is present, one course is present, for that enrollment done by the number of students. So here many entities present and here single entity is present, so that's why here no arrow and here arrow is present. So many to one relationship. Okay, then last one, many to many relationships. So there are number of students, those can enroll to the number of courses. Number of students, those can enroll to the number of courses. Then we can say that there is a many to many relationship. Okay, so I repeat again. First of all, one to many, one student which select only one course among from all the courses. That means number of courses are available, but student can acquire only one course. At that time, one to many relationship is exist for enrollment. Okay, one to one relationship, there is only one course, one student acquire that one course. Okay, so which is related to the one to one relationship. The next, many to one relationship, once there are number of students but only one course is present, so that number of students can enroll the that single course, which is known as the many to one. And last scenario, many to many, there are number of students along with the number of courses, any student can acquire any course, so that means many to many relationship is exist. Okay, so this four related to the mapping cardinality. Is there any query or clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then I will ask some questions related to this. I will call some among from that and then they have to answer. Okay, suppose then in next one, for bank related, that means okay, suppose there is a ICICI bank. So when I open an saving account as a customer, suppose I am a customer of ICICI bank and I'm opening a saving account related to a particular branch. So how to map here the one-to-one relationship? How to map one-to-one relationship? Okay. So answer will be given by Ashish.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me the answer. How suppose I am going to opening a saving account in a particular ICICI bank. I want to map one-to-one relationship.
Ma'am, in ICICI Bank, if we are for account holder, there is only one account. Means
Yes.
for
Okay.
one customer, there is only one bank account and one account number. So
Yes.
this can be
Good.
one relation.
One-to-one relationship. Good one. Okay. For same scenario, I want one-to-many relationship. For same scenario, I want one-to-many relationship. Suppose I am a customer of ICICI Bank and for particular account. Okay. So I want to show here one-to-many relationship. So answer will be given by Gaurav Patil.
Hello, ma'am.
Gaurav.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if I am a account holder in
Okay.
particular bank, then
Okay.
I can do many transactions on one account. This number of transaction can be done many. I can do transaction.
Yes, good one. That means one account holder can perform number of transactions with a single entity. Yes, no doubt.
Yes.
Okay. Another answers might be given by just a second. Manisha. Manisha, are you there? Okay, I think she is not there. Okay. Another example related to the same one. Okay. Suppose I am a customer of ICICI Bank. That means customer is a single entity, one relationship, and having an different accounts. One saving account is there, one loan account is there, one PF account is there, one current account is there. That means one customer with different accounts or a number of accounts. So there is a one to many relationship. Okay. So the next one, same scenario, how we can represent for many to one. How we can represent many to one. Okay, so answer will be given by Aditya Divekar. Are you there, Aditya? Aditya Divekar? Okay, he is not there. Ashutosh. Ashutosh Rathi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you explain many to one relationship with the same scenario?
Yes, ma'am. If we open a current account in suppose in ICICI Bank, then on that current account we can give two, means the joint account. One criteria is the joint account. So it will perform on one account. There will be 2 to 3% can be holder of that
Okay.
account.
Okay, good one. Ashutosh saying that one account with different account holder. That means suppose that account is a joint account and one account number, those are holding by the different customers. Okay, as the account type is a joint account. Okay, so there is a many customers along relates to the one account or one account number. Okay, another example related to the same scenario. Suppose for account and bank. Okay, for account and a bank in ICICI is a single entity having different accounts of a different customers. That means one ICICI bank, it relates to the different account. Okay, or different loan sections. So again, that mapping is related to the many to one. Okay, another one, last one, how we can relate to the many to many relationship. How we can relate to the many to many relationship for same scenario. I will ask this question to Sneha.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you tell me the answer?
Many customers can have many accounts in ICICI Bank.
Yes, many customers as a customer entity. Suppose there are number of customers, those are related, having an account relationship with ICICI Bank. That means number of accounts also. Or for example, different customers having different loan accounts. Different customers having different loan accounts. So this is nothing but a many to many relationship. Understood to all this concept, mapping cardinality?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
good one. Okay, so same example which is right now discussed, ERD time for that customer database in a entity relationship model. Overall database represented by a particular graphical representation. Okay, so graphical representation which is shown here, sample ER diagram. Okay, sample ER diagram. So how to represent that? First of all, for to representing particular ER diagram, as we know, there are three components are required. First one, entity which is maintained or which is indicated by the rectangle. First one, any ER diagram which can be represented, any ER diagram which can be represented by three components. First one, entity. Okay, so entity, it is represented by the rectangle. Second one, the attributes related to the particular entity, those are maintained with the help of an ellipse. Okay, and third component which is known as a relationship, so relationship is maintained by the diamond. So here in this sample ER diagram, there are two entities, student and college. Okay, among from student and college, having an relationship, study. Number of students study in a particular college. Okay, so student and college having an relationship, studying. Okay, so again those are student ID, name and address. Again college having some attributes related to the college ID, and then next one the college name. So this is a sample ER diagram which can be considered or which can be used for a student those are studying in particular college. So for that purpose this ER diagram which is mentioned. Okay, so suppose in a next way, how to represent ER diagram and their conventions. How to represent ER diagram and their conventions, which is already we discussed. Just I will recall that. Okay, so rectangle. Before that, just a second. Okay, drop your roll number in a chat box. Okay, drop your roll number in a chat box. Might be session is about to end and almost 35 minutes are over. Okay, so only 5 minutes are remaining. So next one, some naming conventions, those are used to represent a particular ER diagram. Okay, so rectangle, those are used to represent entity. Ellipse, those are used for an attribute. Diamonds, those are used for a relationship. Lines, those are linking between the attributes and entity with relationship. Okay, so lines are used for that. Then double ellipse, which is known as a multi-valued attribute. Dashed ellipse or dotted ellipse, which is known as a derived attribute. Double rectangle, it is a weak entity set. Okay, double rectangle, it is a weak entity set, which we'll discuss later. And the next one, double line, it is a total participation in a relationship. So these are some conventions, those are used for an representing ER diagram. Okay, the next one, okay, okay, next part we will continue in the next session. Before that, I will just inform to all of you. So first thing, Nitesh, mute yourself, Nitesh. Okay. So I will just inform to all of you. I will just upload one session or one questionnaire is related to the practical. Those are conducted. That means commands. Those are conducted and history related to the RDBMS. Having an 30-minute test. Okay, one line question test, not an MCQ test. One line question test that you have to solve at the evening. Okay, so time slot for that test I will forward on a group, but prepared for that. Okay, so is there any query for today's session? Is there any query for today's session?
No, ma'am.
Okay,